If you can make one statement to the church about the Eutychus issue, what would you say?
One would think that Eutychus didn't have much connection to many people in church, or he was just kind of always around in the background. I think too often the youth are seen as just always around in the background.
One of the first things, my first week of uni actually, surprisingly, was quite rowdy. I found myself in a club on Sabbath. I'd never ever gone anywhere. And I never went out again on a Sabbath, but I still continued to go out. I still continued to play around with girls. But yeah, I was going to church week in, week out.
When I was in uni, I had a bit of a breakdown because I was given a lot into ministry, like ministry outside of church. Started a Bible study group, and I would like dedicate every single weekend, like especially Sundays, to leading this group and studying a lot, like studying the Bible a lot in order to prepare Bible studies. It takes a lot of time. While you're in uni, first year, second year, third year, did it, and I'll still go and preach in my home church on Saturdays, still go and lead music. I think I was given a lot to ministry. And in the process of doing that, I think it was killing me in a different way.
Okay, I think it started properly in year 10. Given my past experiences, I used to basically self-medicate with alcohol a lot. I don't like who I am when I was getting drunk, because when I was getting drunk, I would be so aggressive. I'd like get into physical fights, verbal fights. It was not ideal. I felt like I wasn't worthy to be in church. I wasn't worthy to commune amongst Christians that are quote unquote greater than me, because, they're so on fire for Christ, and I'm here, I'm sat in my sin. I'm trying to do right by God. I'm trying to do, what it is that I need to do, but it's just not getting any better. So I thought, okay, let me take a leave of absence. But then I realized it's not about that. Like, that's not God's desire for me as a Christian.
Youth are a part of what they feel they own. And I think youth don't often feel like, or young men don't feel like they own the church. They feel like they just attend church, and yet it's the older people who own it. The older generation think they know what the younger generation want, but they're not actually often talking to them.
Pride doesn't want to share and open, but we as older men especially need to let go of that pride and be willing to, be humble, accept that we were young at one point. It might not be to do with age, but we were making mistakes at one point, and just be honest.
Because I think the adults, for the most part, also have this fear of stigma. Even if it's like an experience which they might have had when they were much younger, I feel as if even if that experience is not in line with the word of God, a lot of them would not want to bring it up simply because of who they might be perceived to be today, which I think greatly hinders a lot of progress which could have been made.
We just don't engage with people enough, or connect with them enough, or talk to them enough, or be interested in their lives enough, you know. I think we can do more of that, especially to young men, from men to men.
People like the idea of being cared for. I don't think a young person is any different. When they see somebody that is genuinely concerned for them, who isn't just there to beat them over the head and to fix their issues in their life, when they have that type of relationship with somebody, I think only then can an older person really be able to delve into some of the deeper issues of what somebody is going through to help them.
The moment people can experience our sermons before we preach them, all of these great things that we say, if you preach love and you're not showing it by action, eventually people don't care and they're more than happy to leave.
When there are Eutychuses, or people that are kind of on the fringe of the edges who are falling asleep, the church has a responsibility to look out for people in that situation and then to help and mentor them out of it. It's the same solution of deep connecting relationships in the church. And I think that connection is key for the church.